An informative radio for the Sunshine State.
Yo, Monkey Boy. Yo, what's up? This is DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, and you're talking sports with Randy Harris. Diamond Dallas Page is going to make you feel the bang.
That's one of my favorite liners.
That's a real one too, man.
It's legit.
The amount of people he helps and saves and from themselves and gives them encouragement and a community that's always there for them. It's impressive. I'm a fan. I don't know him. I sort of got a photo with him.
I thought you said you're not allowed to be a fan, so stop.
I'm not a fan.
Stop.
But I applaud the man behind it because everybody has alter egos. If you're a sports athlete, a wrestler, you create characters and people follow that fandom of that character. But in real life, you don't know if it transitions into like goodness or people giving back or they really care. And I believe he's genuine. I think he's a real one.
He is. He's definitely a super dude, super good dude. Speaking of another super good dude, Jake Paul.
Yeah. He's fighting your boy.
Mike Perry. It appears Mike Perry got the fight.
King of Violence is going to get his payday, man. Like, what a huge story that is. I mean, from a kid that we met in Orlando in a conference room to a media to this. I mean, it's unreal, man. Nobody deserves it more than Mike, and I'm so happy for him.
I am too.
Did you text him?
Not yet. I think Jake's a little bit too big for him.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Size-wise, but
Mike's
no.
just a dog.
No, Mike's going in there, I think Mike has a better chance than beating Mike than Mike did. Oh, speaking of which, the name Matt.
Yes.
Okay, I said we'd come back with Matt. Who is...
Well, it's a little disrespectful, honestly. Call me Matt.
I don't care.
Because it's like, my name is Matthew.
Okay. Matt.
Like I wouldn't call my country A.
You wouldn't call your country A.
I wouldn't call, my fraternity, we're not frats. It's disrespectful. And, you wouldn't...
Okay.
So it's Matthew.
Okay.
Officially. God gave it to me.
I apologize. So we'll start again. So
all right, go ahead.
We're talking about Matts.
Yes.
And you being a Matt.
Was.
No, you are. You're a floor Matt.
Formerly known as.
Who was your favorite Matt? If you could pick your favorite Matt. Now, Steve said that you, Matt McClellan, is one of his top 100.
Oh, yeah.
So you've... 1,000?
Yeah, 1,000.
Okay, top 1,000.
Yeah, well, 1,000th.
So
TH.
who would your favorite Matt be?
Oh. Give me a list. Give me what Matts have done notable stuff.
Well,
actually, you know what? I will say this: Matthew McConaughey. A lot of my success comes from him.
Oh, of course it does.
No, I'm serious.
Straight from him. I can see the resemblance.
You know what he told me? He didn't
leave him alone.
He didn't tell me. No,
stay away from me.
Stop following me. He's like, get out of my Uber. There's a commercial for Lincoln. It's not an Uber. I'm like, oh damn it.
There's a restraining order.
There was. I ran away. I got outside the zone. But no, he said that in one of his interviews, he said that he doesn't care what he does every day as long as he breaks a sweat doing it. So if it's running or swimming or biking or walking or whatever it is, just do something with the intensity every day enough of an effort that you sweat because it cleanses your body and it detoxes and it just makes you feel great.
Matthew
McConaughey made a huge impact on my life. I'm going to go with Matt McConaughey.
Matt McConaughey is your favorite Matt.
Matt McConaughey.
Steve doesn't have a headset on, so I'm not going to ask him, but I wanted to bring to the studio today my favorite Matt.
All right.
Okay, without a doubt. He is, and there's a lot of let's think of some other Matts. Can you think of any others?
Matt Hughes.
Matt Hughes.
The country
Matt
man,
Serra.
Country boy can survive.
I said both. Matt Serra. I said Matt Hughes.
I used the Matt Hughes country song last night.
Of course you did.
On my reel, and it says, country boy can't survive. Like we've had enough. We draw the line, right? Like the Hank Jr., that mantra.
I thought that was Johnny Cash.
No, that's Hank.
No, Johnny Cash draws a line.
Well,
he walks a line.
Yeah, walks a line. But this is like we draw a line. We've had enough.
Okay.
We've had enough in society. We've had enough.
I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on favorite Matts.
Yeah.
But most people thought your name would come up. My favorite Matt I brought in the studio today. His name is Major Matt Mason.
Okay.
Major Matt Mason. This was my toy growing up.
Wow.
The girls back in the day had Barbie and Ken.
Yeah.
Major Matt Mason. Now, I am so mentally not stable.
Okay.
I spent... How much do you think I spent on this Major Matt Mason on eBay to acquire this beat-up toy?
$106.
$4.99.
$125.
You paid $125 for that?
I did.
You paid $125?
I did. I did.
It means that much to you?
It did, yeah.
How long ago was this?
Not that long ago.
Wow.
A couple of years.
Was it missing accessories?
It comes with a helmet.
So you bought a non-complete set.
Yes, not a set. I bought a non-complete. I didn't get the helmet.
Well, it's not a doll, because we know from MMA to bobblehead that some things are figurines, some
It's an
things
action
are like
figure.
toys.
This is like an action figure toy. And, back in the day, it came with a big, you could purchase, upcharge. It had the big astronaut station and all that kind of stuff. So this was my, this was my jam right here. He's beat up.
So did you want to be an astronaut? Did you have a
Not at all.
fantasy?
No.
Like when you were a kid, if you said, okay, what do you want to be when you grow up? Because it's not this, right?
Okay, since this is, I guess, for the next 7 minutes, we're just going to shoot the crap. So, you know me a little.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Baseball. You wanted to be a baseball player.
I had no idea and didn't care.
Cardinals.
Nothing.
You were a bat boy. You looked up to them.
Didn't look up to him.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't look up to him.
You don't play in Major League, like your brother getting the opportunity, but you wanting it because you're so competitive. I saw your softball days, like fights and brawls and stabbings and running from police.
As we're laughing, those things happen. Not with me,
Right.
but there was a stabbing at one of my games. I didn't play well.
I have no doubt. You bring a certain intensity.
I had nothing to do with it.
Sure.
There were 6 police cars that came to a different game, and that wasn't at the stabbing, because the police came at the stabbing as well. But numerous times, police showed up at our games.
But with that talent,
We did have
with
bench clearing
with that
balls.
ambition. I mean, you've always had that. You have that when you're young. It's not just turned on later in life.
If
Usually.
I would have had an idea of what I wanted to do, I probably wouldn't have gone in the military.
Right.
I went in the military because I had no idea. And my dad's like, God damn it, get a job.
Yeah.
So I did.
Wow. Can I ask you about that military thing? A real question, not a jackass, stupid question. Can I ask you a real question?
He said donkey question, just for those asking.
That's not a cuss word. But when you went into the military, you have this notion of, okay, I'm buying into this notion of freedom, protecting our freedoms, of getting an education, getting a skill set, learning to get a workout, get discipline to protect your freedoms in this country. Really?
None of that.
Because you signed a blank check for everything up to, including your life,
Not
for
up
that
to,
purpose.
including.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Everything up to and including your life.
Yep.
So you made that decision. I think what I've seen from the veterans that I know, it seems like a lot of them come back and it's not the same America that they left, that they thought they were fighting for. And then the way they're treated, like I know Vietnam vets were like not received well because of the political side and what was broadcast on TV. So, what do you do? Like, how do you adjust to that? Like when you come back out of service and it's not the same place that it was that you thought you were fighting for.
Who I feel bad for are the veterans that are coming back the last couple of years.
Really?
Honestly.
More than Vietnam and Korea.
Well, no, again, I was in Vietnam, so I can't, I feel bad for them that they went and did their job.
Right.
That was their job. That's what they were told to do.
Right.
And they were spat on and whatever. When I went in, I didn't go in for any of those reasons. When I came out, I didn't come out for any of those reasons. I was in the same position when I came out as when I went in. Had no idea what I was going to do, where I was going to go. I met a guy, blah, blah, blah. Now we're doing this. I have said this publicly, so I'll say it on the air. If I was young, and, it's kind of like what would you tell your younger self if you could? I would say don't go in the military today.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Why would you say that?
Because of the country that this country is.
See, I think a lot of veterans feel the same sentiment.
Yeah.
I feel like they've been left behind. They've been not taken care of the right way.
I don't even know if it's the taken care of. It's just
the chaos of coming back. Like when you're over a place and you're in the jungle or you're in the desert and it's not chaos. There's not cars and traffic and noise. It's too much. The oversensitization. Like I see the ones that I know, they just walk in the woods and disappear for 2 weeks at a time. It's
and they become Neanderthals.
Neanderthals. I mean, one became the best bodybuilder in Tampa Bay. And when I met him, he was struggling with adjusting it back because everything's taken care of. You're hungry, you go here. You need clothing, you go there.
That's the same as athletes.
Sure.
Look at the pro athletes that when they retire, they can't find things to do. They can't find a job.
Yeah.
They're above this and below that, and they're used to. You look at these guys. These are multi-million-dollar athletes who get fed when they go to work.
Yeah.
Back in the day, the old $1, and I'm sure Ed remembers this as well, they would take food home.
Yeah.
They would get 2 paper plates, put food in it, tape it, and then they would take that home for later.
Sure.
they're just accustomed to that. They're accustomed to being told when meetings, when this, when to get here, when to leave, when to. And then, when they retire, what do they do?
Right? You don't know what to do. Right? Because, same thing, I because I was in hospitality so long, all my food I ordered through a vendor. I ordered gallons of butter and gallons of sauce and gallons of tomatoes and onions and whatever. So I never really bought at the store level. And now that I'm not in hospitality, I have a hard time some of the grocery stores because there's self-checkout counters and it's cash only or don't have a card. And I choose to go to the people, because of the human touch. I like to get the interaction. That's why I had my daughter with me the other day, and we're checking out.
We do that for different reasons, but go ahead.
And I asked the lady, and I said, is it common? Do people come to your line, or do they go to the computer when it's open? She goes, it's terrible. She goes, our whole company, Publix, was built on George Jenkins and his vision of community and that family structure. And now they're using technology. They're not using the human element. But in that exchange, in that transaction, that lady taught my daughter how to give change back. She taught her how to count the coins down. And there's little life lessons that the human teaching element of retail is dying because of technology, because of computer screens and self-checkout.
But you have a different reason than I.
Yeah.
I go to the person as well.
For?
Because I don't work there.
Oh, so you want them to serve you?
I don't work at Walmart.
You want them to wait on you or do their job?
It's not that I want them to wait on.
To do the job.
The thing that bothers me is you go to Walmart, you go to Publix. It's the same thing. I go to Publix all the time. And two people stand there and watch you ring it up, bag it, then they want to check your work.
That's why Tiger is so legendary for checking receipts when he doesn't work at Walmart.
Right. and one time I double bagged every item, one item in a double bag, just out of principle. And then when there was an issue and the guy comes over and he rung up whatever, he goes, well, why did she double bag? I'm thinking, I'm through I did it.
Wow.
You want to do it differently? You do it.
I didn't look at it from that perspective.
I don't work there.
So do you get so if you get a carton of eggs and you being this guy and a little lady comes over who's retired, is working there part-time.
I do feel bad about that, though. I do.
Do you need help to your car?
Yeah, I know.
Do you ever say yes?
No, I've never.
Oh, we got to say yes.
No.
Let's go after the show.
No.
Let's go to the first grocery store we see. We accept the help that they offer.
Well, they would do that.
We'll buy the smallest item we can find, and we'll make them carry it to our car for us. But you know what? A lot of kids, when I was a bagger, I loved it because it gave me an excuse to get off that line. Yeah. That assembly line is just hard.
You take your time walking. So you walk slower than the 90-year-old.
Do you walk slower? You put the cart away. You do the courtesy thing for the community, pick up some trash that doesn't belong to you.
Right.
Because you don't want to go back to that assembly line process of just bagging and bagging and bagging. So I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna start making, and I'm gonna park far, not handicap. I'm not gonna be up front. I'm going last spot in the lot. Period.
Well, you won't, because then you would have to walk that distance both ways.
That's fitness. That's exercise.
So you're going to probably get dropped off. The wife is going to go park, and then you're going to make a 90-year-old lady push your groceries, to the end of the parking lot
on the hot surface of the sun,
barefoot.
That's the Publix way.
Well, it's I wouldn't just say it's them. It's that's
but that's the wholesomeness of what built their brand.
I have felt bad when you look at and I just told somebody this the other day. We look at what we do. I look at, this is my job. This is what I've been doing to make a living, to eat, to whatever, and then I'm like, I do this. And there's people actually working.
Oh, yeah.
There's people actually,
Some of them are slapping this weekend for a title fight, Tim Sylvia, a roofer, a skilled tradesman that, learned a skill.
Well, see, and I've said this to Tim, if Tim Sylvia and his crew redo your roof, that thing's going to withstand